Welcome in. I'm having some technical difficulties, but
every week.
The good news is we are finally live on Facebook. So shout out to everyone on Facebook if you're watching. Appreciate it. So we're live on YouTube and Facebook now, finally, after 3 weeks of me trying to figure this out on how to get
hoops. A lot of hoops to jump through.
There is. It's not as simple as just what it makes it.
Pushing a button.
Pushing a button. You know, I wish those days were back.
If it was easy, I'd think something was wrong.
That's right.
Was up.
Yeah.
You know, everything's got to be a little bit.
Nowadays, when it's too easy, it's like suspicious. It's like, okay. Like,
yeah, what's the catch?
Like this morning.
What's going on here?
This morning on my way into work, I was like, traffic is way too, and then
right before you get there,
this evening office, it was just
bam,
totally back to back.
It's kind of like when Arkansas beat Tennessee. You know, it's like just
waiting
waiting for the downfall. You know.
Yeah. Well, like I said, welcome in, and I'm Bones. We got Camo and Buck. If this is your first time joining in, certainly appreciate you joining in and listening to us. This is, I think, episode 8. Something like that.
Something like that. I can't count very well, but yeah, something like that.
So if we're on Facebook, of course, YouTube, and Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So check us out on there. And if you want to join in, we've got a number. I'll post that you can text or call in.
Yeah, we'd love to have some call-ins.
Yeah, we'd love to have a call in.
Facebook.
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll get some extra viewers on Facebook this week.
Do you have a number put down?
Do what?
Do you have a number?
Yeah, I've got a number that I can flash up on the screen where people can join in. There it is. You can call or text that number.
Now, that is a touchable.
Yeah, that is, right? You can call or text that number and at any time, and we'll get you on there. If you call in, no GD and no Fs, no F-bombs. Preferably no cussing, but...
And no BMF.
Yeah, Colt.
BMFP.
Forgot the P.
Yeah, I forgot the P. No BMFP.
Well,
Harmon.
That's right. Well, unfortunately, we're starting this first Facebook Live with an L from last week against LSU.
Yeah. We were completely wrong the week before. We all had a loss against Tennessee. Yeah. We were wrong.
Yeah, we were wrong.
And then we all had a win against LSU.
He didn't.
No, than him.
Yeah.
But he was being dumb.
He's a pessimist anyway.
Just because I predicted.
Actually, I am.
I mean, I'm mad. I'm predicted right too, but
I want to call you something, but I just said we can't say it on here.
Yeah.
What was your score? 34-24.
34-24. It was 34-10.
I had 39-36.
I thought we'd score a little bit more.
36 points.
Yeah.
Excuse me, 39.
Yeah, I had said.
Golly, that was just, man. And we had 2 weeks to prepare for them. They only had one. I almost thought we'd have been better off playing a game last weekend instead of getting some rest, because I almost think it's so hard to corral your guys in an off week. You know,
wait. What happened to all them stats and them stats about coming on the bye week and all that?
They were in our favor.
They were in our favor.
And what happened? They were insignificant.
They were.
Okay, but you know that's to be argued. You know, it depends on how you want to look at it. But if the odds were in our favor, if you were betting roulette and winning that game would have been red and losing that game would have been black, and you looked at the stats that Bones threw out last week, I'm putting my money on winning that game over.
Not if you look at the talent.
Yeah, I'd put it on red.
What do you mean the talent? We beat Tennessee. They had almost lost to South Carolina.
They weren't ready for us. We came out with a whole new scheme against Tennessee, and we.
Well, like I said, it could be argued, but I would have leaned towards winning that game than losing it. We just didn't show up. We just didn't play good winning football.
No, we really didn't. I mean, the defense didn't.
It was our defensive scheme.
T-Will did not.
Defense didn't get pressure. Our O-line didn't block. We had 35 rushing yards?
I see
38.
38 rushing yards.
38 rushing yards to the 158.
We were under our average points per game. I mean, we underachieved
the two biggest factors
in every facet of the game.
The two biggest factors for me is time of possession. We got killed in that. They had 38 minutes. We had 20.
We said that was a key. We all said that was one.
And we lost terribly in that.
Yeah.
And then also turnovers. We had 3 turnovers. They had 0.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ball game right there.
Yeah, and I was really when Dominion fumbled that ball, and I was like, man, why is our number 3 guy in there? But I think everyone saw later on. I mean, we all knew JJ was a little banged up, but
I like a 3-headed monster if we can protect the football.
If you can protect football, but coming off a bye week, you thought JJ might have been a little bit healthier than what he was. Obviously, he was not,
and he's probably more banged up now than he was
banged
before.
Up more. But Braylon,
I think his
Braylon
status
Russell
is a little.
to me
he's our horse.
He's the horse.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm glad to see Dominion, contributing. I'll say, but man, you got to have ball security. You can't when you're playing a team like that. Really, any team in the SEC, we all know that make those mistakes. Call that the picks, not the pick 6 because it wasn't a pick 6, but it might as well have been a pick.
Well,
6.
let me say this:
being at the game, scored on the very next play.
We got beat in every facet of the game, and I'm talking coaching, special teams, O-line, D-line, secondary. Passing was decent.
We beat them in passing yards.
Yeah.
It was close. It was like 4 yards.
It was close.
It was 5 yards because Nussmeier had 233 and Ricky Collins had 2 yards.
But I'm talking energy, tenacity. Like number 40, the white dude from LSU linebacker.
He was
that looked like
the main reason they won.
From the movie program
was
the shooting up dude from the movie program. Reminded me of him.
Man,
dude was everywhere.
Yeah, he was laying the wood too. He was laying the wood all over the field.
He impressed me.
He popped
probably
a few
needs
guys
to get drug tested after the game.
Well,
dude's roided.
He's one of those unicorns,
I think the biggest, not the biggest takeaway. Let me back up, but I think a big key takeaway is we almost need to be like the Arizona State. I don't know if y'all saw the coach, but he was like, "Hey, Monday, if you are a student on the ASU campus and you want to try out for kicking." Be at our facility Monday at
we'll take soccer players, track players,
girls,
softball players.
Yeah, I mean,
volleyball.
We
just show up, put your foot on the ball, and just see if we can get a straight kick in the air.
Our punter, I can't. What's his name? Bale. Our punter is a stud. He can say I want the ball to be there, but I'm going to land.
Did y'all watch the replay on that one point? It was a half an inch from touching the line.
What that's like to me is taking a 60-degree wedge and lofting it up and landing it right by the hole.
I wouldn't know how that feels.
That's basically of course you wouldn't. You don't play golf no
more. I need to.
Well, we got a Chase online is saying Mississippi State's about to beat our ass this week. Chase, I hope you're wrong.
Chase.
Who's Chase?
What's his last name? I got
Jones.
And your address. I'm sending you
Chase. I'm assuming it's probably. Yeah. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Letter.
He says we're a little. He says we're a little fuzzy. Kill the TV. Let's free up some bandwidth on the internet.
You want to turn the TV off?
But we'll try to clear that.
We got our producer over there.
Yeah.
Not producer.
Just King G. Productions.
But
there's a remote over here.
We got to have a kicker. Let me get back to where I was going. We got to have a kicker that we can count on. Yes, there's been some field goals made that were 50 yards and out or whatever, but it's just inconsistent.
Let me say
you make a 51 but miss a 42.
And I agree with that. I think kicking special teams as a field goal kicker is probably problem number one. If we'd had Cam Little, we probably would have been. These games would be a lot tighter. I think we'd probably win.
You can't blame that game on the refs or the kickers.
That's the game. Okay. I'm saying in overall in general, we probably win the Oklahoma State game with a kicker.
Oh yeah, I think so for sure.
So not this game necessarily, and maybe even the A&M game. There were some times, we probably could have got a field goal or two, but went for it on fourth down. Not saying we would have won the A&M game, but these games would have been a lot different if we had confidence in a field goal kicker.
Yeah.
But I know I'm on the short end of the stick here as far as opinion, but I do not like Taylor Green's body language about half the time. It seems to be almost lethargic and don't care. and I would love to see Malachi in there.
I think you're calling that too soon.
A series or two.
I
think people's like Malachi ain't it. Well, how do we know? He played
the coaches see it in practice though,
and he played one series against Oklahoma State.
Oh yeah,
one series that we took him out, and then what he played the last series of the Tennessee game, or last two series of the Tennessee game.
Yeah.
So you're talking 4 or 5 series in a whole we're 4-3, so 7 game season.
And I get your argument. He's done pretty good in those series.
I just think we need to see what we got there, because Taylor Green, especially last week, as bad as.
Do we know the NIL on what we're paying him?
I don't care.
No.
I mean, I'm just saying.
That has to go. Than what you're paying.
Let me have a.
It's like the NFL now. I mean, that has to factor into it, right?
And I'm not saying he'll be better. Yeah. I'm saying let's find out. Let's find out for a series or two. We might catch lightning in a bottle, and he may light it up, and then here we are going, oh dang, maybe we should play.
I've got one rebuttal to yours and a quick response to yours. I don't know if NIL affects that, because you've got a backup quarterback that's probably doesn't care what he's getting paid right now. He's wanting just to prove himself. He would be out there trying to prove himself and say, hey, I'm your option. I'm the better option. Your best foot forward to win the game. So he's probably honestly not thinking about NIL money now.
But the coaches are. The coaches brought these guys in.
Right. And I know this is an old school way of looking at it, but in the words of Bobby Knight, the great Bobby Knight basketball coach, there's no better motivator than your ass on the pine.
Yeah.
There's no better motivator for an athlete when you're riding the bench and that other guy's fighting and scratching and clawing to get in there and get in your spot and get to his opportunity, get his flowers on being able to be the guy. And Malachi's wanting to be that, and they may respect each other and have a good relationship between Taylor and Malachi. But he's wanting to be the guy. So when your butt's on the pine and you don't have this job sewed up, it keeps everybody in check. And I love a good, healthy competition between position players, whether it be quarterback, running back, wide receiver, it doesn't matter. But, give him a shot.
He's a freshman, though. If he sticks around, I think he'll have a good shot next year.
Yeah.
I don't know if Green will stay.
But that's the part, is you got to stick
around. The
ball
gets out of his hands quicker. He's way more accurate. No. It's our offensive line's best equalizer when we're not pass blocking the best. To have a quarterback get it out of their hands fast and be accurate, it counters our inability to block.
Our line's been better blocking though the last few games. So I don't think that's the reason we lost.
They've been better at picking up the blitz.
And Taylor Green isn't the reason. You're harping on him, and sounds like you're putting a lot of the loss on him. And
it was a 15-point swing when he threw it right in the dude's arms. They tipped it up and they caught it, and they landed on the 1 yard line.
Even Coach Pittman said that wasn't on Taylor Green. That stuff just happens. He was trying to get it out of his hands. He's seen the blitz coming and threw it. The guy made you even said how great that guy was.
Pump faked, then rolled out further to the left.
You can say shoulda, coulda, woulda all day long, but he was doing what he tried to get the ball out of his hands.
And the dude's right in front of him. He throws it.
The dude made a great play. You got to tip your hat to him. He made a great play.
I think that's a pretty easy play.
But let me get to my point to where I was going with earlier with what you said about.
I think it was a bonehead play.
Green,
to be honest with you,
I think the reason why part of the reason why that happened, and I noticed some other things throughout the game, is he's not running as much. Now, obviously, he had a knee injury against Tennessee. That could be a contributing factor.
Running
but
creates hits.
I think pocket passer, and he's not a pocket passer. We want him on the run. Whose number? I should know this.
The A&M game, he ran, and he ran into trouble. When he should have stayed in there and delivered the ball, he got
look at the Tennessee game.
Tried to run, and then the pocket was gone at that point, and then he ran into the defensive end and got sacked.
But look at the Tennessee game. How many yards did he have passing outside of the pocket?
Y'all are looking way too much into it. We gotta
no. I think he is. I'm kind of on here.
We gotta run the ball more to help him out. We gotta run the ball more.
I think Taylor Green is,
and maybe that's on Bobby Petrino. I'll admit that. Maybe that is. But
I think Taylor Green is still our best option as far as winning the football game. I think he's got to get back to scrambling and to running and getting outside.
Well,
the
you
pocket.
say I'm reading too far into it. What would you bank on? Or do you think in these last 7 games, why we have 3 losses? Are you saying it's the defense's fault more than the offense, or the offense's fault more than the defense? Because if I ask that question,
I mean that's an easy.
I'm going to say the offense.
It's an
easy. Offense is underachieving.
We're not scoring.
We're not how the defense has performed.
Yeah,
they need to up their game
where it's most important in the red zone, and we're also turning the ball over, killing our defense, and putting them in terrible situations.
It is killing us.
And these stalled drives. That's what's killed us.
Yeah,
driving down 30, 40 yards, and then
what did I say? What was my key last week?
Or turnover.
Is to like we did against Tennessee, is extend our drives
and
score. But
somehow, some way, you got to score.
I will say this: kudos to the fans that were there. I know G was there. We had 75. The official attendance from the NCAA 75,893. It's definitely sounded like we had more than that. I mean, that's still a lot of people.
Was it loud on TV?
It was loud on TV.
It was very loud.
It looked good. I know you said the red out was stupid. Well, and you said that was equivalent to LSU wearing all yellow. No, it would be equivalent to LSU wearing all purple. You dumb shit. What are you talking about? All yellow. Purple is their main color, and red is our main color.
All red out. I think it looked ridiculous. We should have did something else, all white or something. I mean, I just think it.
I think an all white out would have been stupid at home.
I don't know. It looked better than red.
I like a black.
I hate the black. I hate the black uniform.
We don't even have black uniforms.
We used to. Again, it's a charcoal.
We don't have. When's the last time we wore those?
I think against Florida in 2016.
It's been a long time.
We were at that game.
We've worn them before.
We might have worn them since then, but that's the last time I
remember we brought them out when Bobby Petrino was the head coach, 12 years ago. But
I want to say we wore them. I know at least once with Chad Morris.
Probably.
I don't know if we wore them. Since Pittman, but I know
I don't much like those either. But
like I said, the fans were loud. They had the drone show was cool.
That was really cool.
They showed it on TV.
I've seen so many videos of that. Yeah,
they didn't show the whole thing, so it looked cool though.
It was really cool.
Yeah,
it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen at a ball game.
Yeah,
at halftime, that was really neat.
They took my advice.
Played some way better music, and they were getting even LSU fans. I was just a section or two over from the LSU fans. I was looking over at them, and they were getting down with all the music we were playing. Yeah. So, it seemed like
that's one thing about. I'll say, give credit to LSU is the only thing is they know how to party.
They know how to party.
They know how to party.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
No doubt about it.
Well, like I said, we can still go 9-3. I predicted 8-4. Y'all both predicted 6-6.
We said 6-6, but I'm changing that.
Yeah, you've changed
and we'll explain that. We'll get into that here a little bit later in the episode.
All right. Yeah. Are we doing Colt's Corner this week? Did Colt ever?
I don't know. Okay. Colt, if you're watching, call in.
Colt,
you can call in anytime. We got a few minutes.
Hell,
for you.
Chase, if you're watching, call in. I know you're a huge Razorback
fan. Is it?
I think it's Chase
Jones.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was thinking it was Chase Jones.
Well, I'll queue up
Chase. I mean, you need to talk, buddy. You need to talk.
I'll queue up the week music and take us away on.
Let's do it.
That this week, Camo.
Don't be cheating over there, Caleb.
Don't be looking.
I can't even see that far anyway. I could look straight at it from over here and couldn't see it.
Okay. Question number 1, folks. Arkansas's most consecutive years to make a bowl game. Is it A, 4? Is it B, 5? C, 6? Or D, 3? Most consecutive years we made a bowl game. A4, B5, C6, D3.
I'm going to say 4.
Yeah, I'm going. I want to say. I'm trying to remember back on Bobby Petrino and Houston Nutt.
He's 4, right? So
I think it's 4. I'm going to say A.
You're both correct, and that was in the '60s. We actually own the '60s. We made a bowl game 7 of those 10 years in the '60s. And those years was 60, 61, 62, 63. So, seasons.
Yeah. Didn't we go 3 straight seasons at Houston Nutt head coach?
We've went 3 straight several times. But 4 has been the most.
I mean, with Petrino, we did the Liberty Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, and the Cotton Bowl.
Something like that, yeah. Houston Nutt, I think, had 3 in a row. Lou Holtz had 3 in a row. But, yeah.
All right. Chalk it up as a W. Mark it 8, Smokey.
Yeah, 1-1. Out of 33 matchups to Mississippi State, how many times has Arkansas won? Is it A, 21, B, 18, C, 16, or D, 24?
How many matchups?
33 matchups.
21. What was it? 21?
A is 21, B, C, 16, and D is 24.
I'm going to go A21.
I'm going to go on the high side here and say 24 because Mississippi State used to really suck. Really bad.
Y'all are both wrong. It is B, 18.
We are winning, just barely. Huh.
Yeah. 18, 14, and 1. 18, 14, and 1.
It's closer than I thought it would be.
It is closer than I thought.
How long did the BCS Bowl era last? How many years did the BCS Bowl era last? Is it A, 18 years, B, 17, C, 16, or D, 19? This is kind of more our era. We really
obviously
19
college football.
I'm going to say go through the.
It is A, 18, B, 17, C, 16, or D, 19.
I'm going to say 16 years.
D, 19.
Caleb is right. It is C, 16 years of the BCS Bowl era. Question 4. Where does Arkansas rank in overall sports revenue, all of sports, according to USA Today? At $153 million in sports revenue. Is it A?
Repeat what you just said. Repeat.
I'm kind of repeat.
Where does Arkansas rank in overall sports revenue?
Okay.
The NCAA, according to USA Today,
in the total
at $153 million.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Is it A, 16th, B, 18th, C, 20, or D, 22?
D, 22.
No, I'm going to go D22 as well.
It is C, 20.
Oh.
We are 20th in overall sports revenue in all of college, NCAA, all sports.
But apparently we're like,
which I thought was pretty impressive.
What is that in the SEC?
I think top was like 208.
When was that taken?
That was this year.
Okay.
It was this year. Yeah. Yeah, average of 20 before the 20.
And that's all of athletics.
It's all of athletics: golf, baseball, softball, all of it together. Last question: Arkansas leads the Ole Miss series, 37, 30, and 1. True or false? Has Arkansas ever beat Mississippi State and Ole Miss in the same season? True or false?
True.
I feel like this is a trick question, so I'm going to say false.
Buck is right. Arkansas has never beat Ole Miss and Mississippi State.
He's getting fact checked over here.
Fact checking you.
Fact check me. I think that's the last one I looked at.
2021. We beat Mississippi State. Oh, that's right. We lost by 1
in the overtime game.
Overtime.
53-52.
Shnikes.
Well, I Wikipedia'd it, and unless Wikipedia let me down, we've never beat Ole Miss.
We beat Mississippi State 21-14 in 2020 and Ole Miss 33-21 in 2020.
Well, Wikipedia's letting me down.
I'm right.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll fact check the I'll fact check that after the episode.
Check it.
Look, Mississippi State, we beat them 21-14 in 2020. Ole Miss, the 6th interception game against Jackson Dart.
It's Matt
Corral, not Jackson Dart. Matt Corral.
Well, if I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected. I can look stuff up wrong.
If you're wrong, it's you are wrong.
That's our first fact checked wrong Whoopie Huey.
Did you say you got your questions off of Wikipedia?
Wikipedia.
I can go right now and
that's it right there.
You got to stop looking at Wikipedia.
That's wrong,
obviously.
So, anyway, I think I won because.
So how much did you get? 3?
Well, I had 3, and then you took that away from me because you were wrong.
3.
It was a 50-50 shot.
Well, the way you were wording it, I picked false.
Me in, coach. Put me in, coach.
What do you mean the way I was wording it? I read it off paper.
I know I asked y'all this before we started, and this is not sports related, but I've got to bring this up because it's straight bangers. The Red Clay Strays.
Oh my gosh.
Love the Red Clay Strays. They're the
straight bangers. Every song that they sing and put out is nothing but a banger.
Yeah. I haven't heard a bad one yet, to be honest with you.
They're from, they're out of Mobile.
They look like some Pentecostal,
they're
hippies.
very religious.
Some Pentecostal hippies or something.
Yeah.
They just got a different look to them, but I love their music. They're the bomb.
What do you listen to, Bud? What
stuff people wouldn't know on here, probably.
Are you still listening to Creed?
I mean, heck yeah. Creed's bangers,
Creed and Three Doors Down is doing a tour.
I understand that. I'm not saying
for all you Nickelback haters out there.
No, Nickelback is good.
We're going to have some words.
But, I mean, any new stuff, like new artists,
I don't know. I just listen to whatever. I'm everything. You know me. I'm
listen
everything.
To whatever. What genre is that?
Mostly rock, hard rock.
Okay.
Metal.
So if you see somebody,
I'm a drummer, so all these simple beat songs that y'all listen to, Red Clay Stays or whatever they're called.
This guy.
Anyway. All right. Well, Arkansas goes to Mississippi State to Starkville.
Yeah, have you ever been to Starkville?
I've never been to Starkville. There's never been a reason for me to go to Starkville. There's really still not a reason for me to go to Starkville.
Well, I've been to Starkville. Passed by the stadium, drove by it just because I wanted to see it. Never been to a game there.
It's pretty ugly is what I've heard.
UCA's field's dang near, about the same kind.
I mean,
I heard their stadium's not very good.
It's Mississippi.
Terrible.
I mean,
it's hard to get up. It's like, we're playing at this high school field today?
You're right.
I mean, Texas high school field's probably
I guarantee it.
And there's really nothing to do in Starkville. The hotels are not that, that good.
Yeah. Now,
I'm sure they've got some good places to eat, and you can get to Starkville from here, 3.5 hours?
3.5 hours.
Yeah. So.
Is it that close?
Yeah,
maybe
it's close.
4. Yeah. Yeah, go to
the game? I'll go to Starkville this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I can't.
Need some more cowbell.
Y'all said how far from here?
It's like 3.5, 4 hours.
5 hours and 11 minutes.
That's if you're driving.
Oh, no. That's not. From here. 5 hours, 11 minutes.
Okay.
You go to Memphis.
Now,
you go to Memphis.
You could probably make it 5.
I would say you go to Memphis and go down. That may be the better way because it's all freeway.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you can take that country route if you wanted to.
Go through like Green.
I just got a speeding ticket, by the way. So that's
How'd that go?
No.
How fast were you going, and what was the speed?
Only 65 and a 50.
So a game warden,
I'm pretty sure he was
a game warden and a state trooper.
Let's not get my personal business over here.
Giving out information.
Yeah. I got a speed ticket. Don't.
Well, let's not go into details about it. Oh, Lord.
Oh. Speaking of drummer, there's your drum beat there.
You were late on the draw on that one.
Yeah. I forget because I have this thing right here, and I only really use these, and I forget about the other pages. But yeah, so we go we play at 11:45, I think is the kickoff.
11:45, yeah.
On SEC
Network. I would say that would help us, but they don't have much of a fan base anyway. So I mean,
I think it helps us on.
It probably is going to hurt us. Hopefully, we can get up that quickly.
I think it helps us since we're on the road. I think,
I said, they don't have a fan base anyway. I mean,
really, think Mississippi's where they've got Southern Miss, which is where Brett Favre played.
Right.
Got Southern Miss. They've got Mississippi State.
Ole Miss.
You got Ole Miss,
all right there.
That's crazy to me. The Grove. You've got Hattieville.
I would go to Ole Miss to watch a game.
Oh, the Grove and Ole Miss. I've heard that's pretty cool. And you better dress pretty snazzy because Ole Miss people know how to dress.
They think that they're uppity, but
they dress about like you're dressed right now with them pullovers.
At the end of the day, it's Mississippi. At the end of the day, it's still Mississippi.
I see a lot of Ole Miss games on TV. I see a lot of them in them pullovers and
Oh,
exactly what he's wearing right there.
Frat boys. You know.
Except the undershirt's probably like
gay.
Fuck, you're going to get us canceled.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Well, that's Ole Miss color right there.
Not really.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is.
That's Ole Miss baby
You're
blue.
wearing Ole Miss colors, red and light blue.
Yeah.
You might as well do like the shark fin or.
I've got a Razorback. They are confused. Are they the Land Sharks? Are they the Rebels?
It's the same way with Auburn.
But they're
the Eagles, the Tigers.
Their mascot's a bear.
Yeah, why don't we just be like an ostrich? Like we're the Razorbacks and we're the ostriches. I mean,
you're getting stupid with it now.
the ostriches.
I mean,
the flying peacocks.
Yeah, they're blue-footed boobies and
football.
The Razorbacks.
Football.
Let's get back on track.
Arkansas were 2-2 in conference. Ole Miss, Mississippi State 0-4. They've only won one game. They've played some teams close. This year they've scored 30 points on Georgia. I mean, I don't think it's a sleeper. Like we can't sleep.
No, we're gonna have to play. But I think
play,
schematically and skill wise, and I think we've got the edge on the coaching.
For sure.
I think we have an edge on them on a lot of stuff. I mean, obviously, Mississippi State can be athletic and they can be fast. They can be quick. They can hit a big play on you. We're gonna have to be, disciplined.
Their freshman quarterback's really been playing well lately. They've been, slowly getting better as the year goes on. So,
yeah,
I'm just saying I'm not going to predict us as a loss here, but it wouldn't surprise me if we did lose. Arkansas has that game.
Say that every week,
but
the only week you
until they prove me wrong.
Until
they prove me wrong.
The only week
the Arkansas football team is known to let us down, and that's a fact. They're known to let us down.
Wouldn't be surprised me if we lost.
I mean, it would.
You said that every week, but week one.
To your point, I do think week one
we
was
lost
the only week we all three had the same prediction.
I think we all had, yeah.
Well, maybe UAB.
Tennessee, we all had the same prediction. We had all
that's
the
right.
loss.
That's right. And UAB, we all had dubs on that one. But
yeah.
I think we go in there. I think we put it together.
I'd like to pitch a shutout. I'd like to win 31-0.
They're going to score.
We could. No, theoretically.
I think our defense could shut them down.
We 100% could go in there and.
If Georgia's defense couldn't shut them down,
being at home for Mississippi State, I'll give them a couple scores. But I'm thinking, I'm hoping somewhere,
Well, if Georgia's defense couldn't shut them down, how do you think ours can?
I think it's all about how you line up against them.
Yeah, I think it's all about matchups.
If you're telling me
your talent,
Georgia doesn't match up better than we do, then
I want to say Georgia was probably not preparing for Mississippi State. They had much bigger fish.
You ever heard of a trap game? It was probably the ultimate trap game.
Who do we have after this?
We have Ole Miss.
And then who do we have after that?
Texas.
And then who do we have after that? You don't think this is a trap game for us?
Not after losing LSU.
I think so.
Not after losing LSU.
We're looking ahead.
I think if we would have won last week, this would have been the ultimate trap game. But losing, we got our backs against the wall. Pittman better reel them in and get them tightened up and ready.
You can't tell me some of them players are looking at that record. They're looking at the 1-6 record and they're saying, "Oh, this is going to be an easy win." And we're going to go down there and start out losing 14-0 real quick.
It's hard not to look at the record, and who you're playing, obviously. Now, we can't fully look past them, and I don't think we will, because I think you've got a D coordinator that's trying to prove himself in this league, which T will, and then I think
he's proven himself already.
He has, but he's trying to continue to prove himself. I think every week it's a chance for him to say, "This is my one step closer to being the head coach at a Florida Atlantic or a UCF or someone like
SMU,
that."
somewhere like that.
Well, SMU's pretty good. They're 22 this year. I think,
Are they really?
now. Yeah, they're ranked.
Well, they're still a small school.
Well, they're
smaller non-SEC.
That's the caliber. Tulane, Louisiana Monroe, some smaller.
Yeah, which he's very, in my opinion, very capable of going to the school like that after this year and being head coach. I don't think he will. I think we retain him one more year.
I sure hope so.
And we build.
It's looking
because Taylor Green's coming back next year. We're not losing Taylor Green in the portal. I think we're going to have a quarterback competition at the end in the offseason. But I think Taylor Green comes back. I think
Jaquindon Jackson's probably going to NFL.
Yeah, he's gone after this year, but I think you got.
So you think we're keeping all our head coaches and not head coaches, coordinators and.
One can only hope. I would like to see year 2 of the same thing we've got going this year. I would love to see that in year 2.
And we could get way better redshirt linemen that can step up and play.
I think we can elevate our game from where it is now next year and for sure get to 8 or 9 or maybe 10.
We sure as hell are going to retain if we go 9-3 or even 8-4. Now, if we lose out, God forbid, let's not let that happen. But if somehow we do, then you're losing everybody because it's just how it is.
Fit's going to hit the shan.
Fit's going to hit the shan.
Fit's going to hit the shan.
Yeah, that's right. That's Toby Keith sang that in one of his songs.
Fit's going to hit the shan.
Fit's going to, but no, I do. I really do think we retain because I don't think we're going to lose out at all. I mean, I was the most optimistic coming into this season out of y'all two. With I
was being realistic because I was having to publicly say
I was being,
but I'm
realistic
hopeful.
as well.
I was hoping for undefeated. I'm a Hog fan,
obviously.
But let me just say this: it's time for this rant.
Is this because of what Buckman?
No, this is not because
in our group text.
This has everything to do
Pittman.
With Buckman's opinion about after the game. And he was sitting on his couch.
I was hot.
And
after
I was
the
at
game.
the
He
game.
was saying Fire Pittman.
Oh, come on. Don't be saying buy tickets, go to the game, support your team before you have anything to say. I don't want to hear all that.
No, I'm not saying that.
I don't want to hear. Okay.
I will say this. Whether you're on the couch or you're in the bar or you're watching it with your girlfriend or if you're at the stadium, it is time to be either for the Hogs or against them. We're tired of fans jumping on the bandwagon when it's convenient. And we beat Tennessee. Oh, yeah, we're great. Yeah, we get to woo pig with everybody else. And then we lose to LSU. And y'all have the conveniency to be able to bitch and moan and groan about the coach and the team in 7 days. It took 7 damn days for y'all to go from one polar opposite woo pig freaking suey.
Don't say y'all. Don't say y'all.
And I'm sick of that. Either jump on the Hog bandwagon or get off.
You literally said
we don't want fans like that. If you're a lukewarm Hog fan, get the hell gone.
You said I'm out.
Get on the bandwagon or don't.
Look,
either cheer them and woo pig for life or don't woo pig at all.
I just wasn't. I wasn't as high as on the Tennessee win as most people were. Did you see me hooping and hollering?
Yeah.
Woo, we're the greatest ever. No, I thought we're going to come back.
Shot, which as soon as the clock struck zero, as soon as the clock struck zero, Buck, Saturday night, you were like, woo, and then it was MFP.
No, let's not.
Yes, it was.
No.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't as high as y'all are on.
You were whooping
on that
I was
one
at
win.
the game, so I was riding the high. I was riding the high.
I'm kind of mad we stormed the field like that, but
you could be Tennessee and storm the field against. I mean, why would the hell would you storm the field when you beat the number 8 team? Then, I mean, I know we did it against Texas, but that rivalry goes way back. And
we'll do it again if we beat Texas. What?
They beat us 9 out of 10 times. LSU. They've gotten the boat 9.
Yeah, y'all got.
This is the first non-close game we've had in a while against them.
Yeah. If I heard that right,
but
Wikipedia could let me down again.
No, it is. I mean,
but I think they've won the boot 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, we beat them, and because we lost last year and the year before, beat them in 2021.
Yeah,
but
I'm just ready for a change. I'm tired of seeing this inconsistency. We played Tennessee one week, and we squeaked by with a win, barely. We should have lost that game, honestly. I mean, they had us beat.
But what
and
team
they messed up
in the SEC has legitimately been consistent? What team can you name that's been consistent? This year, Alabama's lost. Tennessee is lost.
Everybody's lost.
Georgia's lost.
Everybody's lost. So,
who's lost?
So everybody.
Okay, so everybody's been inconsistent.
But we've lost 3 times. We've lost 3 times, okay? So we're a little bit more inconsistent than those other teams you're naming.
A little bit more. You're tired of seeing it because we're a little bit more.
So let me ask you this. If we go 9-3 or 8-4, which is, if I remember.
That's great.
You said 6-6.
If I remember right.
I still think
we're teed up for 7-5, 8-4.
You said if we did that, you're not fired. But now you're saying you're tired of. But if we go 9-3 and 8-4, is your narrative going to change? And you're still saying it's time for a change?
From 7.
Let's say it a couple years in a row.
If we win out, No. I'm not saying a couple years. I'm saying if we win out this,
like I'm getting interrogated.
You're still saying
you need to keep that same energy you had Saturday night after the Hogs lost to LSU.
No,
you need to keep that same energy.
You need to keep that same energy if we go out and pull an egg against Mississippi State.
And I'll be the first to say I was dead wrong, but we'll pick anyway.
Well,
I ain't saying. Well,
I'm just saying, y'all both predicted after the Tennessee win, y'all both jumped on the bandwagon. Of course, saying, "Oh, we're the greatest team ever," and saying we're going to beat LSU. Guess what happened? We turned around and lost by 24. No one seen that coming. I didn't even think we'd lose that bad.
On the bandwagon.
I thought it would be a close game, and it wasn't. It wasn't a close game. That's why I'm so mad, because how do you go against Tennessee and beat Tennessee like that?
Be a close game. You predicted a 10-point
loss. That's a fairly close game.
Fairly close.
That's a lot closer than
you still had a loss.
Points,
why are you mad?
4 scores. Because we lost by 4 scores.
Okay, so 2 weeks you were wrong. You thought we'd lose Tennessee. We won. You said we were going to lose LSU. We lost.
Yeah.
You did exactly.
Well, but it's the fashion we lost in. We should 24 points.
This week we
didn't even put up a fight. We didn't put up a fight though,
and you're still mad.
We didn't put up a fight. After that interception, we laid down. We laid down after that interception. We laid down.
But for the majority of the game, for at least 50 minutes, I'd say we put up a decent fight. We were only behind one score, 6. With 2.5 minutes left.
Like I said, after that interception, we laid down.
But you're saying don't say we didn't put up a fight.
We didn't.
For 2.5 quarters, we put up a fight.
Yeah, there you go.
For 2.5 quarters, we did. We laid down, and I'm telling you, we laid down about the end of the third quarter, end of the fourth.
The air was off our defense. I mean, our defense wasn't flying around with the football anymore.
But our defense we cannot keep relying solely on our.
When you watch the game,
I'm not blaming the defense.
No,
I'm just saying
our
turnovers.
We've got to figure something out. Whether we change the play calling up. Obviously, we can't freaking block up front very well. I mean, it's gotten better. I'll obviously admit that, but we've got to figure out a way to either.
I think Quentin Jackson getting hurt was a bigger factor,
and control the clock, or be a Bobby Petrino offense and score in 2 minutes or less.
Just score.
Quentin Jackson being hurt was a lot bigger factor than a lot of people.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of people thought. Yeah. I think that's a lot of the reason Bobby Petrino stopped, relying on the run there against them, because we weren't running. You got to go.
You got to go.
And I'll say this right here, and it'll kind of play into what I'm going to say. They asked Bobby Petrino at the beginning of the season, "Hey, are you going to be up in the box being the coordinator? Or are you going to be down on the field?" He said, "I think it's better being down on the field." And he explained why. Because he gets the feel of the game better. He gets to look the quarterback in the eyes. There's something to be said for being right there in the thick of it. So there's only so much you can tell on TV when you watch it at the game, or watch the game. When you are there in live, you can kind of feel the energy of the stadium. You can see a lot more stuff. Because the camera kind of gives you a little bit of tunnel vision of what they want you to see. When you're at the game, you can see it all. And I'm telling you, about 2.5 quarters into the third quarter, the writing was on the wall. We were going to lose that game. It was.
I mean, I texted a message right after that interception. I said, "Ball game. That's ball game." I mean, yeah, and it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. It definitely reminded me of when, 2-3 years ago when KJ Jefferson fumbled against A&M on the 2 or 3 yard line, trying to jump
from the 3 yard line.
Yeah, just they returned that, and it had a very similar feel to that. I mean, same thing. I definitely fell back in my chair and was like, "Dang,
that was a hard backbreaker."
Yeah, it was tough, but
definitely a backbreaker.
Yeah, I don't know. We've got comments on there, but for some reason the comments on Facebook aren't coming across here like it should. So obviously we don't have all the kinks worked out. I don't, but and I can't really figure out how to view comments on.
She said we're fuzzy too.
And yeah, but we're not
fuzzy on that screen.
Well, this is because it's directly right here. It's not, but anyway, we'll keep trying to figure it out. It's all we
we'll get it perfect maybe by next year.
Yeah.
If you want to help us figure it out, by all means.
Yeah, out there. If you think you're smarter than us three put together, which is just not hard to do, help us.
So I'm trying to figure out
here.
what's Yeah. What's the capacity at Davis Wade Stadium? Does anyone know? 50,000? Is it like
5,000, 60,000.
60,000? I'm just
I
curious.
could be wrong.
Look it
Does
up.
it say?
That I thought it would, but
producer's not producing.
It doesn't. Well, I do like this. So Vegas has got us at 60% chance to win. There were 2 guys commenting. Sorry if you're on Facebook. We can't see your comments on our end. Apologies. Maybe I can go to this tab and see what the comments are. Oh, yeah. Okay. I can go to this screen and see. Okay. Yeah, Evans saying he was texting me during the game. Evans was and saying talking about the refs because they blatantly did miss a pass interference call.
2 of them.
Y'all were both really mad during the game,
and then they called one against us the next series.
But you can't blame the refs for us losing that.
I'm not blaming the refs.
Okay.
But that first half,
I admit there's some missed calls, but they weren't the reason we
pass interference on us. That was not as bad, in my opinion, as a homer, probably a little bit, as what they missed when that was bad. So there were some blown calls, but LSU had 8 false starts, something like that.
I think they put it up on the screen how many Arkansas fans were responsible for all year, and it was upwards to like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Did it get to 20?
Yeah, it was. Wow. It's been a lot.
Then. Yeah, it's been quite a bit.
Been quite a bit, but yeah, I'd like to know what their capacity is.
It was 3 or 4 last week, though. I think we upped it 3 or 4.
Davis Wade Stadium. Look it up, Buck. Mississippi State coming off of
61,000.
Okay, 61,000. I was a little off. I said
55-60.
Yeah. So like I said, they hung 24 on A&M, hung 31, on Georgia.
We're gonna have to score to win this game.
We're gonna have to score. For sure.
Was at home.
I think we're gonna have to score 30 to win this game. I think we're gonna have to.
I was thinking 31 would get a win.
Around 30.
My score for the Hogs was 31.
I think they're very easily. They could put up 24 points or 31 points, something like that. We're gonna have to score more than that.
Yeah. So, give us your outtake of the game or outlook of the game and score prediction.
Like I said, I think we've got them talent wise. I would like to think that we're going to get them schematically with our coaching, having an advantage there, and the way we've played, especially our defense. I think we can hold them to, at maximum, 2 touchdowns and a couple field goals, which would put them at 20 points. So that's where I'll keep it. I'll keep it 31-20 Hogs.
31-20.
31-20 Hogs. And I think we need to run the football. I think we need to have at least 150 yards rushing between our 2 backs, if JJ can play. Obviously 20 points is not ideal.
Their defense
necessarily, but it's enough cap. If you can cap them at 20 points, I think you got a good shot to win.
Yeah,
their defense is terrible. So I think we're going to be able to move the ball against them.
We do have a commenter on Facebook saying Buckman ranks number 1 in my eyes. Buddy,
I mean,
good job.
Probably
she's the Lone Ranger.
My mom.
Oh yeah, sorry, Nat.
Yeah,
sorry, Nat. We know you think your baby's number 1.
No, she probably thinks Adam's number 1.
No, it's actually their dog.
Yeah,
they like their dog better than anybody.
Yeah,
either one of us.
We got some. YouTube. Dang, Buckman's looking fine tonight. Dang, Buckman's getting some love over here. All right, let's put that on the stream. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Let's see what we do here. Show. Look at that. Buckman. Hell yeah.
So anyway, like I was saying, their defense is terrible. I think we're going to be able to run the ball on them. We're going to be able to pass the ball on them. I'm hoping we can stop them. I think they will put up some points. So I got us winning 38-28.
38-28.
I think Bobby Petrino will figure it out a little bit more this week. Hopefully our offense get going. But I don't know that our defense will. And they're getting, steadily better, and they're scoring points. They scored, points against Georgia.
So you're going to say Mississippi State's going to score above their yearly average over our defense?
They're getting better and better.
I think our defense is one of the stouter defense in the SEC. I think 28's quite a bit. I was even questioning to give them 20, but I'm giving them 20 because they're at home.
I've got them. Well, I mean, so on YouTube, TJ out there saying if we have 19 first downs, we win this weekend. I like that. I think we got to move the ball.
I like
sure.
the dink and dunk,
running
the football, and really kind of focusing on the first downs because that tells you you're keeping drives alive. You're moving the football slowly but surely, methodically down the field.
Yeah, I'm trying
eating up that time of possession. I really like that take. I think.
Yeah, I think it's a good take. I'm trying to see how many first downs we had last week. I'll
tell you right now.
First downs.
I think we had
Why is that not just a normal?
I think we had 15. Right, they had 25 or.
First downs. They had 25. We had 15.
Yeah, you're right.
They had 10 more first downs than we did.
So my prediction
18 more minutes of possession.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. 25 first downs means you're moving the ball down the field methodically, eating up that clock.
Mostly the rushing yards.
Basically, we need to do what LSU did to us to Mississippi State.
Yeah, we need to run the ball.
Yeah, run the ball. Nussmeier could sling it, guys.
He's playing better. Yeah,
absolutely.
He's the best quarterback we've.
Why does LSU always have the great quarterbacks?
He's something else.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he'll probably play in the NFL.
It seems like they all do. I mean, Jaden Daniels, you got Joe Burrow. I mean, it just seems like year after year.
Our producer King G over here saying he'll be a good backup.
LSU somehow gets the quarterback.
Might be a good take.
I think we're gonna. So my take is we're gonna go down there, and I think I'm leaning more on your side. I've got Hogs 42, Mississippi State 35.
Wow,
yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah, I think we got to score.
That's pretty much a shootout.
Yeah, I think it's a shootout. I think
he's thinking our defense ain't showing up.
That's what even someone else commented on here. It could be a shootout, is what Chase said earlier. He said it could be a shootout. To be honest, I think so. I've got it. We haven't scored that many points in a long time, but I think since the Oklahoma State game, right?
Yeah, TJ saying that place was electric during the Tennessee game. That's probably
it was. I mean,
that and the Texas game a couple years ago was the loudest we've had it.
So I mean, we scored 37 on UAB and 39 against. I mean, we hadn't scored above 39 since the UAPB.
Yeah.
So, but I do. I think we go down there. Obviously, I think we get it done. So I'm sticking to it to 42-35.
So let's ask this question. What do you think at almost the midway point or past the midway point now that we've played last weekend? Is your record guess at the first year still the same? Are you making an adjustment to it? Where are you at with that, buddy? Well, you were at 6-6 like me.
Right, but I was also saying it's very easily we go 7-5 or 5-7. I mean, it's all right there. And
so we're one game away from getting 5, being better than 5-7.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about, if you're asking, I mean, we're exactly what I thought we'd be.
I'm sorry. Say it again. I'm trying to
say where
with our
compared to your preseason,
not just win predictions, but thoughts on the whole team.
How much has it changed now that we're past the midway point?
It's exactly what I thought. We are who I thought we were. We're inconsistent. We're losing games. We're winning games, and that's that.
Did you think we'd beat Tennessee?
No, but I thought we'd have a good win like that this year.
Have we lost to a team you thought we should have not lost to?
A&M, Oklahoma State.
So, but did you predict a win on any of?
I did.
But I'm just asking him. Did you have a win in any of those games? Did you predict a win in any of those games?
Oklahoma A&M, I did.
I had a win. I had a win on both.
Okay,
A&M, I predicted. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
mine for me is a little bit more optimistic because I see what our defense is. Yeah, I'm saying Mississippi State's going to score 35 points on us, which that honestly might be a little high. I think our defense is our strongest asset at this point in time.
I think Caleb, you may hit it. You were 8-4, right?
I said 8-4.
I think Caleb's got a really good shot of doing that if we only lose to Texas moving forward. If we beat everybody but Texas, I think 8-4 is.
We're losing to Ole Miss.
Okay, well, Ole Miss.
I just think we're losing Ole Miss. I mean,
and we might. But here's my take. I think we beat Mississippi State. I think we beat La Tech. That puts us at 6 wins, and then that would leave 3 games: the Texas game, the Ole Miss game, and Missouri game. And I think we get at least one of those. I don't know which one.
I'd agree.
I don't know which one, but I think we at least get one of those, which puts us at 7-5 at minimum. And I think we can maybe sneak 2 out of those 3 if we get lucky. That puts us at 8-4, where Caleb had us.
Yeah,
but I think 7-5 up to this juncture, this chapter of our.
So if we go, so let's say we go 7-5. What needs to change for next year? Anything?
Just another year under the coaches.
So you're willing to roll it back with the same players, same coaches.
Another year of the NIL, another year recruiting, another year under these coaches.
We'll get a few transfers, obviously.
But
we're going to lose some people too.
We retain our key players at 7.
But if you can gain better than what you've lost, you've improved.
Yeah, I think so. I think we go out at 7-5. We pick up. We lose some of the portal.
I don't know if we get another Jaquin Jackson though. I mean,
Braylon Russell's going to be our back next year, dog. I mean,
I don't know if he's a.
They had 4 guys try to tackle that dude one play. He's still carrying them.
Yeah, he's big.
I mean, to me, what I predicted, we have to go 8-4. It has to follow suit. I've got a win this week, a win next week, a loss against a loss against Texas, and a win against La Tech, and a win against Mizzou. So, in order for me to achieve 8-4, it has to go like I predicted, exactly like I predicted.
Yeah,
because we dropped the Oklahoma State game and the A&M game. I originally had a loss against LSU, but
we could easily lose against Ole Miss and beat Texas.
That's right.
I think so.
It have to go exactly the way he drew it up.
It's got to go
for
exactly
us to go 8-4.
Yeah, like exactly. Now, this is all these scores you're seeing here are preseason scores that I just predicted, and I changed the L from against LSU. So, but we picked up the W against Auburn that I had as an L. So, but it's got to go. To achieve 8-4, it's got to go exactly like I hope it does.
Do you think Taylor Green's a SEC quarterback? You're saying for him to come back and roll it back? I don't think he
2
is.
years under Bobby Petrino. Yeah,
I don't think he's.
I'll take those odds. I'll take those odds.
I don't think he's as hot as what he came in to be.
I think there's parts about his game that is
special. Yeah, he's got
very special. Right. But I think the parts that you really, really, really need. And I'm talking about the parts like, Carson Beck that Georgia's gets, and the Nussmeyers that LSU's always gets, and the quarterbacks, Alabama gets. That's
What parts are you talking about?
Just the whole complete package.
Oh, okay.
The whole complete package. You got to have it between the ears. You got to have the escapability these days with speed and quickness. You've got to be able to deliver the football quick and accurate. You got to check a lot of boxes as a quarterback.
I would like to see him with a better offensive line, and he's protected a lot better. I would like to see him under that.
I think he holds the ball too long. He throws a lot of throws that he's open. Then he throws it, and he's a second or two late.
Yeah.
If he would just get it out of his hands and make that decision a little bit quicker.
Bobby's helping him with that, but
then he would be a lot better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like our odds with a 2-year quarterback under Bobby Petrino. So if we can
look at Ron Mallett, how much he improved his second year.
Yeah, if we can retain that, absolutely. I mean, Ron Mallett, if back then when he transferred,
Ron Mallett had a 1 in a million arm. The dude could just deliver a ball
but he wasn't a scrambler by any means. But if
didn't need to, he had a rocket arm. When you can send a dadgum
I understand, but I think
I would like to look at Lamar Jackson for year 2.
Go look at.
I bet
Lamar Jackson.
Probably a big
I've done that, and I said that on here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
I've done that. Very, very similar.
So is Taylor Green a junior?
Yeah.
So what was and I'd be interested to see what Taylor Green's done his junior year and what Lamar was doing his junior year statistically.
I think it was
QB rating, completions, yards, touchdowns, rushing yards. compare the two numbers between Taylon Green his junior year to Lamar Jackson.
Let's have that as a takeaway. That's an action item for next week.
Well, we can do that.
We'll have those stats. I'll look at them, or y'all can bring them. But yeah,
viewers.
That'd be nice to see because I'd like to look at especially the Lamar Jackson from year 2 under Bobby Petrino. I bet he had a pretty good jump because he went to the NFL, the year after that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we got Wes on Facebook talking about the Oregon Ducks. He says he has hopped off the Hogs and now is on
Wes.
the Oregon Ducks. That sounds like a true
no
West
screwball
Coast
for you. No peanut butter whiskey for you.
Take it. Pull the plug.
Pull the plug.
Take the screwball away from him.
Now, he's sipping too much.
Wasn't he there at the Tennessee game with you?
With me, yeah.
In 1 week, Wes, you went to the Tennessee game and got to experience it in 7 days. Now you're jumping off the bandwagon.
Yeah. And
just like I said, we don't need fans like you, Wes.
And
he came from Oregon.
Quack.
He came from Oregon.
I think this is my stepson.
Go
Easton,
pull for the Oregon Ducks.
On his
Our producer is saying we should mention the basketball team.
Easton, I love you, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Josh, what is your favorite team? Probably NFL, because obviously it's the Razorbacks in college. Easton's wanting to know. This is Easton talking about what's your favorite team.
No, we don't care about the NFL favorite team over
the Hogs, the St. Louis Cardinals, and the Dallas Cowboys. That's the 3 teams I've run with since I was
him.
7, 8 years old.
To be a Cardinal
You're
fan,
Arkansas born and raised for sure.
Yeah.
The kids have no chance to pick a different college team because it's either Razorbacks or you don't live in my house. So, I mean, that's
Wes says best game I've been to. Dang right, boy.
Yeah, it was.
We don't have as good jerseys as Oregon.
Well,
Wes,
we don't have Nike in our backyard either.
Yeah,
But
we got Walmart. Let's put some Dickies or some
Dickies.
Dickies brand, or what's the other brand? Walmart brand,
like Starter.
Starter. Yeah.
Champion.
Hey,
no, it's champion.
Way more as kids. We didn't get to wear.
No, there's another brand. It's not Fruit of the Loom. It's there's another brand that
great value.
Great. That's about what our football team is.
Arkansas Razorbacks talking about great value.
Football team's great.
3 games. We could go 9-3. That's not a great value team.
We're a great value SEC team, and I hate to say it, but we are. Are we not?
Let's go 9-3, or hell, I'll take
not a BEERUN.
All right, Easton wants to know. We got to wrap this up. Easton wants to know what's Tyler's favorite team. Hogs, baseball.
Hogs, baseball. I really don't. I mean,
LSU,
Cubs is about the same.
Who's your favorite?
Football, Bills.
LSU is his favorite team.
NBA, OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder.
All right, and who's your NFL team?
Buffalo Bills.
Suck.
I would say Bills is his favorite team he rides with the most.
I mean, they're the most consistent for sure.
We're not asking the team that wins the most.
They've lost 3 games. It's terrible. Fire the coach for the Bills. They've lost 3 games. Get them off the sideline. What are you doing? God.
They're just in a second division. They're in a second division, so they get the pass.
Oh, they play 18 games, so 3 games is okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. What
we love you, bud.
Well, what's the Cowboys record again over there?
3-3. 3-3.
Yeah.
What was y'all's final score last game? What was y'all's final score last game? What was the final score of the game before that?
Okay,
that's what I thought.
No, we didn't even mention the Kansas-Arkansas basketball game is on Friday night.
Friday night, yes.
It's not an expedition, but it's a benefit.
It's an expedition game.
Yeah, but it's a benefit game. 8:00 on SEC Network. Yeah. It's going to be.
Y'all remember last year we beat Purdue in this game?
Yeah.
We had a benefit game.
And I like not playing, because normally
Purdue
expedition always against like no-name schools. Now we're really testing ourselves from the jump.
We beat Purdue last year.
I love TJ's comment. Buck can't even wear a Razorback shirt. He's probably the same guy that says, when is basketball season in the middle of football season?
TJ,
I'm exactly like that.
Let's put that up on the big screen, bud. Mark the tape.
Yes.
No, he's right though. I'm ready for basketball season because I'm tired of mediocrity. That's all we get with football.
So What if we don't even make the tournament?
Every season, we're going to win the national
championship. What if we don't make the tournament this year? Is it going to be fire?
If we're not undefeated, Buck's going to say I'm ready for basketball season midway through the football season.
College coaches gets 3 to 4 years, and it depends how them years go. And after the 4th year, if he's not producing, he's out of here. He's out of here, bub.
The year we went 9-4, you were trying to fire.
Says the Kansas City Chiefs are better than the Bills. That's true.
I mean, I can't argue with that right now.
So. He likes the Chiefs. He likes Patrick Mahomes.
0-2 versus winning team.
Ooh, Grady.
Yeah. Is he over there looking up stats here?
Wes is saying they ranked the basketball team 16th in the country.
Yeah.
We feel pretty good about them, Wes.
Yeah, I mean, totally.
Haven't played a game. I don't like preseason rankings because it doesn't mean jack.
Yeah, it doesn't mean jack, but totally new roster. I'm excited. Yeah, obviously to see.
Buck's way more optimistic than I am.
Somebody's got to be the negative Nancy on this.
We're going to win the national championship of basketball, and ain't even seen this team, this brand new team.
We did.
All these new players never played a game together.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you're putting words in my mouth. No, I didn't.
Let me come back on the basketball because once it was announced, Calipari, and we talked about our new team, we did all predict that we would make at least the Sweet 16 this year.
We have a chance at winning the national championship. That's what I said. We have a real chance.
I said if they do better than the Sweet 16, we've overachieved.
Yeah.
We have a real chance.
A brand new team like this make the Sweet 16 in year one is a pretty tough task.
It's Coach Calipari, though. Look at his track record.
That don't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It doesn't mean
look at the talent.
You're going to win.
His talent he brings in alone matters. Yeah, I could probably coach him the talent he brings in and make the tournament. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to coach that talent.
It's not that easy.
Tyler, you said
You're making it sound way
said a lot of stupid things, but that was probably one of the stupid.
Look, I want to find a hoop right now and go against bowling.
Let's go to the event center. Let's go.
Now he's going there, folks.
We've got
He's too small. He's too small.
He's too small. Is that how high you jump now?
It doesn't matter. What's his name for the Memphis Grizzlies?
Don't ask me. I don't follow NBA.
What was his name?
That's about as bad as
Randolph. Something Randolph.
Yeah, Zach Randolph.
Yeah. I'd be like that against y'all. Just bully y'all down there.
Ooh, Wes is saying we got to go to at least the Elite Eight. That would be awesome. I mean, to go with a whole new
roster. Golly.
That's
my gosh, guys.
Final Four.
That's
G saying Final Four. Mark the tape on the Final Four for the basketball team this year.
That's ridiculous.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up. Hey, I think this was a success for Facebook Live for our first episode. Not our first podcast episode, but
we were the fuzzy sellers of.
Well, I went to Facebook and we're not fuzzy.
Okay.
We weren't fuzzy on my end. That could be just I don't
because you're connected to the same internet, maybe.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. You know, I don't really know.
We'll get it figured out eventually. Hopefully, by the time
all three got to win, though. Let's go.
A real team comes around like our basketball
definitely
team.
Our most interactive podcast.
Yeah,
today.
Keep doing this, guys.
We like.
We're trying to keep it consistent.
We're going to keep figuring stuff out as we go. But one thing's for sure, we've all predicted a W this week. Let's go fulfill that. Let's go
get our fifth win.
Yeah, let's go get the fifth win and call the Hogs. I mean, if you're going to the game, I've seen a lot of people saying they're going. So let's go down there, be loud.
I like having 5 wins and having 4 games left and going, okay, how's the rest of the season going to go? Are we going to win 1 of these 4 or are we going to win 3 of these 4? Or could we maybe win out?
Yeah.
But everybody's going to have a different opinion on where we land. But if we just go focus on this win, get our 5th win, and let these other 4 games take care of themselves, I really think we're going to be anywhere from 7 to 9 wins. And if you're mad about that, well, get happy in the same pants you got mad in. But I'm going to woo pig for life, and I think it's a pretty good season.
Yeah. Well, we normally get hyped up after, or we normally get hyped at the end with playing a song, but we can't play it anymore. We got slapped on the wrist last week for playing Hank Williams Jr. Hog Wild. So if you want to donate $300 for us to be able to play that song, we would gladly take.
And we'll give you a plug. We'll throw your company in as a plug.
We're open for sponsorship, for a paid sponsorship. Honestly,
and we'll plug you anytime we can.
Yeah, we'll plug
every 15 minutes in an hour time span
on Facebook. Anyway,
give you 4 plugs. Get in front of a lot of people.
Go Woo Pig, go Hogs. Let's go get a dub in Starkville this week and come back next week on next Tuesday and talk about how we're going to beat Ole Miss in 2 weeks or at that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, love to be talking about a win, and one of these days we'll have to call the Hogs when we get up.
All I got to say is I hope we show up. We got to show up
for sure. I think we've played better on the road as a Pittman team. We've played better on the road than we have at home.
We've got Hayden on YouTube saying Hogs have Calipari and 5 McDonald's All-Americans. Better make it to at least the Elite 8. I don't know about the 5 McDonald's All-Americans, but
here's what I say. It doesn't matter what talent you have. You have to have that talent play together in jail and share the basketball and be unselfish.
We realized that. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what kind of All-American.
We realized that last year.
We can't play me.
We had all the talent in the world.
You can't play me ball. You have to play we ball.
Yeah.
We ball.
Sure. But Calipari,
you got to play this ball.
Calipari's good at that. He's good at bringing the guys together and playing team ball and playing.
He's a good motivator. He's not an X's and O coach.
Yeah,
he's a motivator. He's a recruiter
and motivator.
He can talk. He's about the game.
He's about family. That's why I like him.
He's about family.
He's really about family.
He's going to get to figure.
But his X's and O's is the assistant.
He's going to get to figure out what being on the right side of Bud Walton Arena crowd.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's going to like that side.
A couple years ago, they were all holding their ears because he got so loud. He got ejected.
Yeah, the players were covering their ears. So anyway, we've tried to wrap this up like 4 different times now. We got to go because I'm hungry. I never eat dinner on Tuesday nights. That's why I drink energy.
North end of a southbound meal right now.
So, hey, appreciate it, everybody out there. Make sure you like and follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. We'll have a clear version uploaded to YouTube and Facebook later on. And the upload on Spotify and Apple Podcasts will be up there tomorrow. So make sure to go check it out. Appreciate it. And go Hogs.
Go Hogs. Whoop pig.